Hi again, Michael here of the Strategic Advisor Board and owner of Sipe Coaching and Consulting, where I help entrepreneurs find a greater sense of life satisfaction. All right, on today's episode of Empowered Leadership, let's talk a little bit about adaptability for an uncertain future. With an uncertain future, we all know that the future is uncertain, but sometimes things get a little bit too chaotic. When we think about the pandemic and some of the changes that were made because of the pandemic, in fact, a lot of changes were made. So if you're a business owner or entrepreneur, there's some essential ways that one can prepare for these really heavily uncertain times. And it seems like maybe it's accelerating, my own opinion, but it seems to be accelerating some more. So here's some 4 things you can do to help get yourself ready for more chaos in your business. All right, number 1 is we want to be able to have a little more expanded inclusiveness. And by that, I mean embracing some of those things we learned from the pandemic of remote work or virtual work and sort of a hybrid work environment. And when we did that, we actually brought disparate people together, people from other parts of the company. Or simply put, when we built the teams, we were allowed to build teams that weren't normally together. So remember that the first thing you want to do is build an inclusive team. And maybe it might be somebody that you outsource with. Maybe it's a strategic partner of yours. But look at ways to include others from outside to get that extra perspective. Now, we know that there are some sizes of teams that are too big, but if you have the optimal size, then including some of these others is going to be very helpful because you're going to get a lot of different perspective and you're going to have a lot more expertise on your team. Okay, the other thing we want to do is have sort of an agile management approach. And by that, I mean giving teams the freedom to rapid test ideas and iterate on those solutions. Now, that's what we normally do, but we want to have a little less checks and balances and give a little more freedom and autonomy to these groups and empower them to do so. And then also, we don't want them coming to the chain of command for approvals as much. That's very related to this, but we definitely don't want that as often in that crisis environment. And also, we want to make sure they have adequate resources and that they're capable of self-organizing and self-managing. So if you've trained people to be self-organizing and self-managing, then let them be that way. All right, another thing we want to do is promote resilience. And so the importance of a shared responsibility of understanding coworkers' resilience. In other words, having each one accountable for the other team members' health and well-being will actually go a long way. So if somebody gets burnt out or tired or whatever, then it's not just that person's problem, it's everybody's problem. Okay, another thing we want to do is foster active anticipation, meaning we want to be enabling people to have a simple process, maybe a monthly review, to look around the corner, what's coming up ahead that we might need to anticipate and be prepared for. So sometimes we can get very focused on just the problem that we're dealing with and coming up with solutions, but you still have to allocate some time and resources and people into looking what's coming around the corner so we can anticipate that change a little more quickly. All right, so those are 4 techniques for helping build a little more adaptability in a very challenging environment. So collaborate with an expanded inclusion sense, adopt an agile management process, promote team resilience, and foster active anticipation. All right, I hope you found these tips helpful for you as a business owner, CEO, or entrepreneur. If you need some help bringing some of these leadership techniques into your business, we'd be happy to help you, of course. But if you did find this topic helpful for you, click the like button down below. And lastly, thank you for watching and have a great day.